Kalimera, Gatfida friend, greetings from Greece on Crete. What you eat before you go to sleep makes a huge difference on your liver cleansing and detox abilities, because the liver detoxes from 11 p.m. and cleanses and repairs itself 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Therefore, in this video, we're going to cover what exactly to eat and when to maximize the detox and cleansing effects on your beautiful liver. Because I love practical and simple, I made this really easy for you. So there are 3 categories of foods that your liver loves and that supports it. We're going to go through these 3 categories. And in the end, I'm going to give you a bonus, an unconventional thing that you can do in your daily life, and that makes a huge difference how you sleep and how your liver recovers. That's a secret tip that I give you in the end. So now, the 3 categories. Let's start with number 3. Foods that are rich in bitters and in minerals. Why is this so important? Because bitters, they massage the liver. They trigger the bile flow, which is the way how toxins and waste gets out of the liver. So it comes out of your liver through the bile duct, goes into the gallbladder, and then gets secreted into the intestines and out the other end, off to the toilet. They also nourish your livers, because when the body is detoxing, it needs a lot of minerals. It's not an easy job. It's a heavy, loaded job. That's why the liver has it, because it's such a strong and dense organ. Foods you can eat practical. Top tier food, always going to be the best one. Artichokes. Now, I know you might not live in the south of France where they just grow and you just go harvest them. If you ever go, it's so good. Even if they're not available fresh, you might get them frozen. Here in Greece, they're easy to get in the frozen section. They even sell them in Lidl. Cha-ching! You want to lightly steam them if you can get access to them. But if you don't have artichokes, you don't have the money, don't worry, there are more foods. When it comes to the leafy greens, dandelion leaves that are growing here everywhere, just got one for you. Look at this baby. You can't just eat it like that. Bitter. It's like a salad green. Or endives, radicchio, arugula, all of these bitter greens. If you can't eat them raw for whatever reason, you can lightly steam them. Even just a few leaves go a long way. And last but not least, on the category number 3, asparagus. White or green, your choice. You can also look in the frozen section if you can't get it fresh. Now I have these leaves between my teeth. By the way, while you're watching, if you have an idea in foods that are really good for the liver, maybe I'm not even mentioning them here, you're like, yeah, well, I heard this. Is it true? Let me know in the comments below. Just one word, what foods you think or you know are good for your liver. Moving on to category number 2, the sulfur-rich foods. Well, sulfur is really one of my favorite ones. I do take MSM, which is organic sulfur, and that I recommend, and I also have a video on that if you want to learn more, up there or there. So when the sulfurs together with the bitter foods, they reduce the liver load, just how much toxins you are able to process, while the bitters are working more for the digestion, right? The dandelion leaf, the asparagus, the artichokes. The sulfur foods, like this beautiful red onion here, plenty of sulfur and quercetin, they support the production of antioxidants, like the one that is very known now, glutathione, you might have heard of it, which helps your liver to work smarter, not harder, because the liver already has such a high job. So this is just lifting the load a little bit. You probably already know other sulfur-rich foods apart from onions. Red onions are amazing. You can also have white onions. Red onions are even better, more sulfur. And we have the garlic, leeks, and then also the whole cabbage family. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, a nice broccoli soup 3 to 4 hours before bed, and your liver is just gonna smile in bed. I like to call sulfur the liver's best friend, because foods that are rich in sulfur, they power detox enzymes. This means that sulfur compounds, like in leeks or red onions, they are key building blocks when it comes to the detox pathways, especially in phase 2, where it's all about binding the toxins safely and transporting them out. Because there is something like the enteropathic cycle, it's the cycle between the liver and the gut, which often recycles medication, antibiotics, toxins, and just gets reabsorbed by the liver and doesn't really get out of the system. And sulfur helps to bind them and bring them out. By the way, if you like some support and you're like, yes, but how do I eat this? How do I make that broccoli soup? What should I do for my digestion? I created the 1 week gut healing challenge, which gives you everything for 1 week, a complete meal plan, shopping list, weekend treats, even desserts. And they're all aligned with what I'm sharing here. I'm sharing on the channel and give you this kickstart in the right direction. You can also take those recipes and just implement them later in your life. So you have a good starting point. If you like support, you can check it out. I put it down in the description. It's called the 1 week gut healing challenge. Now there's one category left before we come to the secret extra, a little bit unconventional thing that you can do right before bed. This category number 1 are the gentle carbs that help your liver to reset. Now I know a lot of people are like, carbs, what? Before bed, I'm gonna get fat. No. If you combine oil with carbs and make it a French fry, then you get fat, but not from pure carbs like this beautiful Hokkaido pumpkin organic in a nice soup, or sweet potatoes, or these beautiful organic potatoes waiting to get made into a soup. And why those carbs are so important, especially in the evening, is because they prevent your adrenals, your adrenals to fire in the night, especially around 3-4 a.m. if your glycogen levels, which is the storage form of glucose stored in the liver, if they are low. That's why we want to make sure they are nicely fueled up so you don't stress the adrenals and have those hormone spikes in the night and potentially wake up or just feel stressed and anxiety during the day. And the second reason why carbs are so important is actually heavy. Do some gym exercises here. Is it 2 kilo? Yes, it's 2 kilos. So even just a couple of steamed potatoes, steamed sweet potatoes, like 3 hours before you go to bed, helps your liver to focus on detox and regeneration instead of going into emergency mode and making sure your blood sugar stays stable during the night. Sounds good? Now I would love to know from you, if you haven't commented down below yet, what's your favorite liver healing food? Maybe it's one that I mentioned, maybe not. Let me know in the comments. And now, as promised, we're going to come to the insider liver secret that you should eat 30 to 60 minutes before you go to sleep. Maybe you have heard of this when you come to a hotel room, for example, and you look on your pillow, right? And you find these little chocolate things or little candy there. I think in Swiss German, it's called Betthupfel. And there is a reason for that. While I do not recommend you to eat cookies or ice cream before bed, that's not good for the liver. High fat, processed sugar, worst combination ever. But eating a small portion of healthy glucose, healthy sugars that feed your liver and that help your brain to transition from awake to sleep state, which is important, and it needs glucose for that. So you're not experiencing these adrenal spikes that I talked about between 3 and 4 a.m. An apple, a pear, if you want something warming because it's cold outside or just because you like it. You can also steam an apple with some cinnamon, delicious. Eating 2 to 3 small dates. Now I splurged a little bit because I really like my bed hopeful before bed. And if you can get your hands on, this is a fresh medjool date, then obviously one of these huge dates is enough. So it's not about, eating 2 bars of chocolate, but instead a small dose of glucose. Can also be 1 teaspoon of healthy honey, of raw, unprocessed, unfiltered honey. All of these will help your liver to regenerate faster during the night. If you want some follow-up support, check out the 1 week gut healing challenge. And now my cat is just coming. She's saying hi. Hi Ayala, you want to say hi to the gut feelers? Ayala got hungry from all the talking about food. How's your liver, sweetie? You want to say hi?